Welcome to this channel. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. Then don't forget to press notification button so that you'll be able to enjoy our video whenever we post. Mr. Chinedu, Michael, there's no doubt that Peter Obi is, capturing the South as we are talking now, because recently we saw Oba Of Binin talking about Peter Obi, and based on Peter Obi performance in a 2023 election, he win Edo, win Delta. If River State, we know what is happening here. So with that kind of a person that has pulled, that kind of a figure in the last election, do you see him joining somebody to become vice president? Do you see it as a judicious decision?
I think politically, we might not say that this is what is going to be like or what is going to happen until Nigerians they come out clearly and state the modalities on how they intend the coalition to come up with, and what direction the coalition is going to come up. What are the objectives of the coalition? Who are they fielding at the end of the day? Are we going to see a northern candidate, that to head the coalition? Is it possible to make Atiku the national chairman of the coalition if actually we felt that Atiku is this important? Are we seeing a Southerner emerging as the candidate of the coalition at the end of the day? And we are talking about PDP, APC, Labour Party, NNPP, SDP, and ADC too. We don't know among these political parties where they are going to collapse their coalition structures in just no time now, because we know that there is this realignment and realignment. But the politics of the South, according to experts who are trying to interpret what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing in the southern part of the country, we are seeing massive defection of governors, whether they are being induced or not to the All Progressive Party, and people are signaling that it was Atiku's ambition that is, chasing the southern governors, to join APC in mass, to send a strong signal that it is still the turn of the South, and that the South cannot compromise, whatever it is, because we know that a northerner under Buhari has just left power. Then, of what is the yardstick are they trying to use to measure that another Fulani or Atiku or whoever it is, can come in? Of course, that has been bastardized by the Ohanese, balkanized by the Ohanese leaders already. That Obi can never be vice to anybody. And whatever agreement that is trending now is the one that was reached in January. January is a long time ago. I don't know why they threw that to the public. Maybe they wanted to see, the reaction coming from the Obidient, But fortunately or fortunately for them, Obidient shot that idea completely. Obi granted an interview yesterday where he talked about coalition. And let us be very clear here on this platform that what Obi is talking about is that he is in coalition with Nigerians. And that is what it means.
Not with particular
party, not whatever it is. You understand? And I think it was that statement that triggered another spread and popularity. The momentum is growing in the north, in the south, because of that statement. We are surprised to see the most respected kingdom, empire, the head of the empire, of the Benin Empire, coming out to say that he was surprised to see a little child, one of his grandchild or grandson or whatever, running to him. I was telling him about the Obidient movement, that the child of how many years has joined the Obidient movement, and he kept on asking, and that was what the Oba was trying to say, and that was what aroused her curiosity, and it's going to talk about which one of the Obi, is it Michael Obi, the one that plays ball, or which of the Obi at the end of the day? Yes, Obi Kubana and the rest of them, and they kept finally, and the child keep on mentioning Obi movement, and that was how he bought into the Obidient movement. I think the Oba of Binin will be glad to join the Obidient movement at the end of the day, of course, but that is politics for you. But what we are saying at this point in that is that it is very clear the Obidient movement has already distanced themselves from anything that has to do with vice president to Atiku Abubakar. Yes, I've said it before. If the likes of Pat Otomi, the likes of so many powerful figures, influential figures in Nigeria within the political space can understand very clearly, that what is A good for A is also what is good for B. We know that zoning is not in Nigerian constitution, but at least it has been a model formulated, to make Nigeria have a sense of belonging, because there is so much disunity in unity in Nigeria. So many things are happening that will destabilize this country. We cannot afford to have another northerner, in disguise, whether coalition or no coalition, because there's no how Atiku alone can win. Atiku alone can win Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. It's not possible. It's not possible. PDP alone, or whether under Atiku or whoever, cannot dismantle Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Aso Rock. And secondly, Obi alone cannot even do that. I think they were making reference, according to Erufai, how they're able to come up with a coalition plan. And what the coalition plan? The coalition plan was very clear that since Buhari was able to muscle a certain vote, that a little margin, will give APC victory at the end of the day. And that was what transpired, and that was happened. Now, Obi has no governor, Obi has no local government chairman, Obi has no councillor, Obi has no godfather anyway, no senator, no house of representatives, nothing at all. He ran solely under Labour Party and was able to hit 6 million, even though it was widely acknowledged that Obi won that election. There is growing sympathy for the Igbo people, to hit the presidency come 2023, 2027, and that is what is triggering the popularity of Obi. Obi has actually shown competence, and I think to an extent, the leader, the stakeholders of PDP or the coalition force, should be very optimistic to know clearly that the direction to follow is for national peace and stability. And the idea of Atiku coming in whatever disguise, I think for now should be getting said.
Mr. Chinedu, are you surprised? Because the first person to make this movement of a coalition was Erufai, and he categorically said that North is not interested in presidency now. But only what they just want to do is to dislodge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But we have seen the division between Erufai ideology and Atiku Abubakar's camp. What do you think is happening? And it's like we are not hearing much from Erufai again, except from Atiku. A coalition. No. What do you think is happening?
I think Erufai is already in the background. You can see Atiku frequenting, of course, Ota, Abiyokuta, trying to get the opinion of the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. And Olusegun Obasanjo has made it very clearly that, I'm standing for Obi, I'm still standing for Peter Obi. He made it very clearly, But that before the coalition started, Bola Erufai and Obasanjo was the first people to meet. Erufai and Obasanjo was the first people to meet. And when they meet, I think to an extent, that opens door for other powerful opposition figures to start flooding around Obasanjo at the end of the day. We saw them, we are still seeing them till the moment, But I think the opinion of the factor of SDP, if actually Erufai is in SDP, is to choose another southerner that will replace Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the reason Erufai gave, I think to an extent, is a balanced one. He said they have had their turn, and even if they want to, do not want to support any candidate outside Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it has to come from the south. But let me tell you, what Atiku is actually fusing at, and which will actually destabilize the coalition and allow the likes of Wike and Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have a rough move, on this. It will be rough, but it will be a smooth one, and be victory for APC at the end of the day. So what is Erufai is trying to say at this point is that, you know, the North should at this point reduce this over selfishness, you know, of them trying to return back to power immediately. I can see how they are lamenting everywhere online. But see, people are not fools, people are not cowards, you know, they have had their time and whatever. So what we are saying at this point in time is that Obi has said he is in the coalition, and the coalition is talking about his Nigerians. You understand? He knew that his popularity and acceptance is spreading. Obi is everywhere delivering lectures. I've not seen Buhari or Tinubu in anywhere, in any state, outside Nigeria, deliver powerful lectures in world-class universities. You know, is to tell you that Obi is knowledgeable, but leadership is knowledge-based. So I think to an extent they want to test run it at the end of the day. But let us watch and see. And I can think that Obidient, who controls Obi himself, has told Obi clearly, no vice for Atiku. Then the report that we are hearing, even though we have not heard from Atiku direct or Atiku Media Aid, but this is something that happened in January that they reported in one of the newspapers yesterday, you know, and it has triggered the reaction. Maybe they wanted to test the opinion of Nigerians on that regard, but they've seen that, you know, that it is dead on arrival already. So,
sorry, apart from that one, another division that I observed between El-Rufai and Atiku is that El-Rufai has, reportedly joined SDP now. But the latest news that we saw, it was ADC that they are mentioning that is going to be a platform for coalition. That is Atiku coalition. So, SDP, ADC, do you see this thing working together?
Yes, they can decide to merge SDP and ADC under Atiku's coalition that will finally collapse their structure to any party they are going to pick as the leading party at the end of the day. So it is not a bad thing yet, because we didn't see Labour Party there, we didn't see PDP there, we didn't also see Kwankwaso there, and NNPP, who has come out clearly and said, you know, I am in. Kwankwaso said, I am in for coalition. You know, I'm not interested in joining Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though Bola Ahmed Tinubu has tried several times to get me over, and I said no, because we feel that it is the time to move forward. So all these things now, if you look at it, we are still breeding the coalition, and we don't know the direction the coalition is going to go at the end of the day. Whether it's going to come under APC, PDP, sorry, or is it going to come under Labour Party, or whether it's going to come under ADC, whether it's going to come under SDP. Whatever it is, you know, the bottom line of it is that we do not wish to have any other candidate anymore, not even one, as in representing the coalition. If they do, then people will put for independent candidate, and of course, at the end of the day, Atiku will lose, Obi will lose, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue.
Thank you very much.